Welcome in, Random Rollers. Today we are talking about the game's death mechanics. This is entirely thanks to Peter and the crew over at Tales from Elsewhere. He is making a very fun game. You should check out his channel if by some chance you haven't already. Back on Tales from Elsewhere YouTube channel. So, Ravensgate, Star Dragons, and Our Own Devil are all simply different places in the same TTRPG universe. There will be more as well, as this is an easily adapted universal roleplay system. But this is how death of characters works in random role games. Let's say a dragon lands in front of the character you're playing and breathes fire before you have a chance to get them to safety. They burn to a crisp and now are dead. The end. Game over. Okay. I hear you screaming, but that's not fair. The game is supposed to be fantasy, fun, give players a feeling of power, at least a little, right? You are right. Mostly. Now, in Our Own Devil, especially death is more frequent than many other tabletop games. It's designed to encourage people to build overpowerful characters in order to survive, like really overpowered. So if you don't, your character will likely die. If not at first, then when they meet their devil. Yeah, won't get into that now. In fact, most random role games don't have you build a character before playing. Instead, you discover your character as you play it. This is part of the fun and lets a new player jump right in. It also means that if the character or characters die early on, hopefully players won't be too attached. So, back to that dragonfire. Random role games do not use traditional health points. Instead, it avoids the battle of attrition by using a wound system stolen from Peter himself. Inspired by. Usually, there are exceptions, like if someone has the vampiric power, they instead use the blood stat like traditional health points. It actually makes them hard to kill. So, a lot of players like them. That power. Random roll games are what I call pseudo-crunchy. They feel rich and full of multiple mechanics and systems, but really they are not. Most mechanics are just reskinned and reused, making it truly a rules-light TTRPG that has a satisfying crunch, at least for me. And a core theme in the rules of three. The Rule of Three, forged by Amish Knight, one of my main lore masters and credited authors. So that means that a player's character has 3 possible lives. A character has 3 stats, but stats are actually resources. Blood, first life, living flesh and bone. Then karma, which is the second life, element-based Jin mostly, more hard to explain there. Spirit, third and final life. Wraith and undead think that way. Zombies maybe that's more complicated again, we won't get into that. 3 strikes if the character managed to stat resource well enough. If not, if they just decide to let the character perish and rest in peace, then no more. The character is truly dead. No death saving rolls, no traditional revives. Even with these 3 chances, the cost is the death of the body, mind so to speak, and then spirit. It is both fun and harsh, but leaves plenty of room for unfinished business usually. Like ghosts, they have unfinished business.